you two go on and settle yourselves and just begin to unwind and decompress. Right? Allow yourself some space to find your center. Begin to slow down your thoughts. Begin to slow down your breath. Just take a moment. So maybe reflect, just reflect on the day. Take it all in. What was it like? What you can change? What you could have done to improve it? Don't judge it, just take a moment to reflect on it. Take it all in. Breathing in as you let go of your day, breathing in the love that you want to share to the world. And then exhale it as you send it out there. Let's do it again. Breathing in all that love. And then allow yourself to just exhale it into the world. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in all of it. And then share it. Then our quote today is from Martin Luther King Jr. and he says, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Injustice anywhere is a threat to injustice, to justice everywhere. Take a deep breath in and retain it at the top. Ujjayi, exhale slowly. Deep breath in and hold. Ujjayi, exhale. Let's do it one more time. Deep breath in and hold. Ujjayi, exhale. Blinking the eyes softly to open. And then let's come to stand at the top of the mat, so finding Tadasana. And just for today, Maybe you separate your feet a little wider. Finding your connection to your mat. And then firming nice and strong in the thighs. Lengthening in and up, broadening nice and wide across the chest and the shoulders. On the inhale, let's extend the arms high. Folding forward on the exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Arms, let's reach them high on the inhale. Exhale as you fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Inhale as you reach the arms high. Folding forward on the exhale. Let's do it one more time. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Inhale as you reach the arms high. Exhale, your prayer hands will heart center. And then Tadasana. Arms, let's reach them high on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, left foot, step it back. Framing the right foot, so equal weight into the foot. Really firming up your left thigh, pressing through the heel. Finding length in your spine, so reaching the sternum forward. Light hands. Right. As you press through the left heel, start to hug your right hip back. And then notice what's happening with the toes. Can you soften there a little bit? And then both hands to the right thigh as you press up. Right. Standing tall. So listen to what's going on in your back. Feel free if you need to bend the knee, to drop the hips, to lengthen the spine, to broaden a bit more, do so. And maybe begin to firm up your left thigh a bit more. And relax your shoulders. Good, let's reach the arms high on the inhale. Maybe sit a little deeper on the exhale. Good, take a deep breath in. Very slowly as you start to descend the left knee, slow, controlled, until it just grazes the mat. Uncurling the back toes. Take a deep breath in. Bend the elbows and open the chest. So as we shift the hips, lengthen your spine, rounding back, softening your throat, closing the eyes perhaps, and then maybe interlacing your fingers. Continue to open up across the chest and shoulders. Relax the throat, the tongue. Soften the eyes to maybe close. All right, so let's take your gaze forward. Let's reach the arms high on the inhale. Prayer hands are heart center. Shifting forward here, and then adding in your twist to your right. So honor what your back is telling you. And feel free to adjust. Feel free to explore. And then notice the quality of your breath. Where is it? Where can you let go? How can you honor the moment that you're in right now? Deep breath in. Let's frame the front foot. So let's stretch the hamstring. Let's straighten the right leg, rock back on the heel. Feel free to slide the the heel forward, tenting your fingers, reaching your sternum forward, working the torso maybe a little closer. So notice if you started to round the shoulders, right, as opposed to what it feels like to really dig into the heel. Pull the mat towards you, reach your sternum forward. Maybe that allows you to relax your shoulders as you start to work the torso, as opposed to the forehead closer to the shin or ankle, but torso towards the thigh. A couple more breaths right here. Good, let's shift forward and we'll bend the right knee. Very slowly, curl the back toes under to straighten your back leg. And then lightly and with intention, step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Arms, let's reach them high on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Working the second side, halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale as you step your right foot back, and we'll pause there, framing the left foot. Again, reaching the sternum, pressing through the right heel, and then hugging the left hip back. And then both hands to the left thigh. And again, feel free to bend the right knee to drop the hips a bit. Maybe rolling the shoulders down and back. Perhaps begin to straighten the right leg. Let's extend the arms high on the inhale. Maybe sit a little deeper, maybe sliding the right foot back a bit more. Take a deep breath. And then very slowly, start to descend the right knee slowly till it grazes the mat, uncurling the toes. Take a deep breath in. Bend the elbows and open. Again, lengthen, open up, soften your throat. Interlacing your fingers. Again, shift. Rounding back, maybe a bit more. Right? Find some space. Let's take a gaze forward. Let's reach the arms high. Prayer hands to heart center. Shift. And then add in your twists. So notice if you're gripping the mat, and what happens if you don't grip the mat. Notice if you're shrugging shoulders, what happens if you don't. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, what happens if you just relax. Take a deep breath in. Frame the front foot. Then Ardha Hanuman, that half split, straighten your left leg. Space to breathe in the hamstring by sliding the heel, maybe. Reaching the sternum. Then digging into the heel, working the torso a little closer. And let's rebend the left knee. Curling the back toes to straighten the leg. And then mindfully, gently, stepping your right foot forward to meet your left. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Inhale as you reach the arms high. Just flow right back into it. Exhale as you fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back. So let's come into crescent right away. Let's reach the arms high. And then maybe sitting a little deeper. Take a deep breath. Let's interlace your fingers behind your back. So if you shift your hips forward, begin to lengthen your spine, rounding back. Opening up across the chest and shoulders, softening your throat. Notice if you're crunching, pressure in the back of the neck, right? Can you lift the chin maybe a bit more? Smooth out your breath a bit more. Good, as you take your gaze forward, work the torso. So hover the torso just off the thigh, then start to lift the arms. Taking that stretch deeper as you open up across the chest and shoulders. Find the stability, right? Working our hips in opposing directions. Can you soften the toes? Take a deep breath. Both hands frame in the front foot. Then let's add in our twist. Take the right arm high. So equal weight into the right foot. Notice if you're working, if you feel one side more than the other, and then relax the shoulders. And feel free to manipulate your foot, right? So then again, you take that weight equally. And then continue to open up across the chest, right? Maybe taking the right arm and extend it forward. So you're still, heart spins open towards the ceiling. Maybe the arm goes forward, maybe not. You can always take your hand to your hip. Relax the shoulders. Good, right hand to the mat. Left foot steps forward to meet your right, carefully. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Arms, let's reach them high on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Halfway lift here. Right foot step it back, pausing here. Actually, no, we'll come into crescent. Let's reach the arms high. Maybe sitting a little deeper. Continue to breathe into the sides of the waist. Take a deep breath, lengthen. And on the exhale, interlace your fingers. So maybe the opposite, thumb and pinky finger on top. So the shift, let's lengthen this round back. Soften where need be. And then smooth out your breath. See if you can take the pressure out from behind the neck. Gazing forward slowly. Torso hovers just off the thigh. Reaching the sternum forward. Maybe lifting the arms a little higher. And then what happens if you don't scrunch the mat with your toes? Take a deep breath. Both hands to the mat. Then let's twist, sweeping the left arm high. Feel free to slide the right foot back some more. Again, equal weight into the left foot. Maybe the left arm comes forward or not. Left hand to the mat. Carefully step your back foot forward to meet your front. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Arms, let's reach them high. Per hands to heart center. And then Tadasana. Let's reach the arms high on the inhale. Folding forward. And separate your feet about hip distance. Come into Pada Gustasana. Scooping up the big toes. And strong, straight arms. Then space between the shoulders and ears as you engage your biceps. Couple more breaths right here. Nice, and straighten the arms. Release the toes. Malasana. Sitting tall. And maybe sitting a little taller. Good, let's plant the hands. Lift your hips. Bring your feet back together. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Arms, let's reach them high on the inhale. Exhale as you fold. Halfway lift. Left foot, step it back. So let's open up warrior two. Nice. Reverse warrior. Maybe sitting deeper. Relaxing the shoulders. Can you maybe reach a little further and relax the toes? And then perhaps sitting a little deeper, maybe firming up your left thigh a bit more. Warrior two. Then let's come in a side angle. So how can you lighten up and open up? Good. Both hands framing the front foot. Pivot into your back toes. And then let's really spread the fingers. Press the mat away from you. Lift your right heel. And then quietly step your right foot back to meet your left plank. And then Vasisthasana, left ankle on right. Feel free to explore. And then plank. And then from plank, let's shift forward, either chaturanga or to your bellies, upward facing dog or low cobra. Downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths right here. Take a deep breath. Bottom of your exhale, step or walk your feet forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Arms, let's reach them high on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Halfway lift. So let's work the second side. Right foot, step it way back. Warrior two. Nice, flip your front palm. Reverse warrior. And then scan your body. Where can you engage maybe a little bit more, and where can you let go? Warrior two. And then side angle. Take a deep breath. Let's frame the front foot. Spread the fingers, pressing up, lifting the right heel. Quietly step back to plank. Vashisthasana. Plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog here. Downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths. Let's take a deep breath. Bottom of your exhale, step or walk. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Inhale the arms high. Prayer hands to heart center. Maybe bow the chin as you close the eyes gently. Take a deep breath in. Ujjayi exhale. Deep breath. Ujjayi exhale. And then one more time, deep breath. Ujjayi exhale. Tadasana. Utkatasana. Exhale, prayer hands to heart center. Maybe sitting a little deeper, lift the chest. And let's add in a twist. Twist into your left. So maybe as you drop the hips, continue to lift the chest. And then perhaps working towards a neutral place in the hips, knees. And then as you take your weight into your right foot, lift your left heel. Right, maybe drop the hips a little deeper. Right. And then lower the left heel. And then as you take your weight into your left foot, let's lift the right foot completely off the mat and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then start to extend your right leg back. So we're going to come into side angle, left foot, left hand thigh, right hand hip, maybe sliding the right foot back, open up across the chest and shoulders. Maybe floating the top arm high, maybe the arm up and over. Again, broaden. Maybe take your left hand outside, maybe even inside. Broadening across the back. Then let's take the right arm high again and into the hip. Step your back foot in, lift your right heel. Transfer the weight onto the left, walking your left hand forward for half moon. Block could be your friend. Open up across the chest and shoulders. And then as you square off your hips, return your right foot to the mat. Let's return back to that Utkatasana with a twist. Nice. Take a deep breath in. Full forward on the exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward again on the exhale. Utkatasana. And then prayer hands to heart center. And then as you drop the hips, lift the chest. And then let's work the second side, twisting to your right. Again, working the hips towards neutral. Notice which knee is jetting forward, and then see what happens when you draw that knee that's forward as you start to hug it back. And as you take the weight into your left foot, lift your right heel. Continue to lift your chest and relax the shoulders. Good, let's return the right heel to the mat. And then weight in the right, lifting the left. And pause for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Continue to lift the chest. 5, 4, relax the shoulders. 3, 2, begin to straighten your left leg back. And 1, and then side angle again. Elbow lightly to the thigh, sliding the left foot back, left hand hip. Heart spins open towards the ceiling. Maybe the left arm high and up and over, maybe. And perhaps right hand outside a foot. Block will work. Broaden across the back. Smooth out your breath. Where can you lighten? Right? Can you sit a little lighter as opposed to feeling that heaviness in the hip? And then left arm high, and then to the hip. Step your back foot in, lift your back heel, transfer the weight, coming into half moon. And then squaring off your hips, returning your left foot to meet your right. Utkatasana, twist again to the right. Take a deep breath. Full forward on the exhale. Halfway lift. Folding forward on the exhale. Inhale as you reach the arms high. Folding forward on the exhale. Halfway lift. Separate the feet, Padahastasana. And then strong, straight arms. And then engage the biceps. So where can you find some space? Beautiful, let's straighten the arms. Release the hands. So maybe crow pose, maybe another round of Malasana. Then how can you smooth out your breath a bit more? And then just come into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Halfway lift here. Exhale, fold. Arms, just reach them high. Utkatasana. And taking the arms out to the side, lifting the chest, dropping the hips, left elbow under right. So coming into Garudasana. And as you transfer the weight into the right, left knee, lift it. Maybe drop the hips. And as you lift the elbows, relax the shoulders. And then maybe again, sitting a little deeper. Maybe lift the elbows a little higher. And slowly reversing out. Reaching the arms high. Utkatasana. And then arms out to the side. And then right elbow under left. And then transfer the weight into the left. And find where you can breathe to find some more space. And then where can you let go a little bit more? And slowly reversing out. Reaching the arms high. And then folding forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhale. Again, Utkatasana. Then we'll come into toe stand, squatting down, bringing the palms towards heart center, separating the knees, descending the heels, and then having a seat. And then coming into boat pose. And then 1 minute, let's hang here. I'll let you know when you're halfway. Continue to lift. Continue to broaden across the chest and shoulders. Maybe lift the legs a little higher. And you're about halfway there. Maybe you keep the bend in your knees and extend the arms. 30 seconds to go. Maybe lift the chest a little higher. Relax the shoulders. Perhaps straighten one leg and lift the chest. And then switch and lift the chest. Maybe straighten both legs and reach the arms high for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Let's lower to your backs. Let's hug your knees into your chest. And then rock gently from side to side. And let's keep the bend in your knees. Let's lower the feet. And then with your feet about hip distance apart, pressing through the palms, coming into bridge pose, lifting the hips. Perhaps interlacing the fingers. Perhaps keeping the palms down or the palms up. And then lower. And let's do it again. Let's lift your hips. And then lower. And then back bend number 3 of 4. Let's lift the hips. Maybe you interlace the fingers, maybe you keep your palms down, maybe you walk your feet in a little closer, and then perhaps holding onto the ankles. And then lower. And then last one, let's lift the hips. And as you lift the hips, let's take the arms up. And then take the arms back behind you. And as you reach the arms high, and then as you begin to lower the arms, right before the hips lower, right before the arms lower, pause. And as you lift the hips and the arms go up and back. Pausing there. Exhale the arms up, and then hover the arms and the hips just off the mat. Let's do it one more time, pausing right there. And as you lift the hips and the arms go up and back. Exhale the arms up, and then hover the arms and the hips for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let's lower. Let's extend the left leg out in front of you. And then let's bend the right knee, hug it into your chest. And as you hug the knee in, let's just move it off to the right a bit, just to avoid the rib cage. And then as you hug the knee in, pressing the knee into your hand grip. And then let's keep the left leg active, flexing the toes, pressing forward out through the sole of the left foot. And then notice how that left hip wants to externally rotate open. Let's engage the inner thigh, left thigh, as it spins down towards the mat. Again, draw the backs of the shoulders a little closer. So start to feel the entire upper, middle, lower portion of your spine working a little closer towards the mat. And then let's extend the right arm out to the right, and then adjust your hips off to the right, and then draw the knee across your body. Let's untwist. Squeeze knee. Then let's switch. Good, let's add in our twist. Nice, let's untwist, squeeze again. And then draw your right knee in to meet your left. And then let's come into plow pose. So maybe bringing your feet all the way up and over. So whether the toes reach the mat, so unimportant. Supporting your back, right? Taking your hands to the lower back. The feet might touch the toe tips rather, and they might not. So see what happens if you start to walk your hands down towards your shoulders. Start to walk the elbows in towards one another a little further. And then see how much support you can give yourself and what that feels like as you spread the fingers. About 15 more seconds. And slowly reversing out. Coming into fish. Taking the gaze forward again. Lower all the way into your backs. Just allow the palms to open. The breath to return back to a normal cadence. You just allow yourself to be aware of what you're experiencing in that space between your brow. Can you soften? Notice where your tongue is positioned within your mouth. And you just allow it just to kind of hover freely in space. Which in turn probably allows your jaw to work less. Perhaps allowing yourself to experience some space between your teeth. And just embrace the rise and the gentle fall of your belly. Start to experience what it's like to neither give nor receive. Just in that space, just being. Notice the thoughts that tend to work themselves into your brain. And then just begin to notice how you respond to that thought. Right? Just allow the thought just to be thought, and allow it to just slowly move away from maybe engaging it in a conversation. Again, just allow yourself to notice. Not question it or judge it, but just notice. And as you begin to gently reawaken your bodies, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And then taking your arms And reach over your head. Making your way onto your sides. And then pressing up to sit. Just pausing for a moment of silence. Taking your prayer hands to your third eye for beautiful thoughts. To your lips for kind words. And let's return them back to our hearts as we continue to nurture the love that resides in and all around each and every one of us. And until we meet again, namaste.